Hi there, in this video I want to show you how to create infographics using Venngage. So this is the infographic I'm going to make, and I made this one earlier, so I'm just going to copy this. Now I normally use Canva because I only make one or two infographics, I don't make many, so I've just been doing them for free. I can use Canva and then I just download some icons from Icon Finder. So if you're only making one or two, then that's the way I would do it. But I do think that Venngage make better infographics. I like their designs better, and I like their images and icons better. So if you're making quite a lot of these, then I think it's worth it. The other difference with Canva, you can actually download the image, whereas with Venngage, you can only download a code. That's if you're doing it for free. If you're paying a monthly fee, then with Venngage you can download the actual image as well. And for all of these you can share them on social media. So I will just look at the cost of this. So for Venngage, for free, you can only make 5 a month, and as I said, you can embed them. You get a code to embed them, but you can't actually download the image. To do that, you do need to have one of these, either premium or business. You have to join, and there's a graph here just saying the different things that you could get. You get extra templates and extra images. You can upload your own images, and got different branding options there with the business, and the export. With the premium you can export to PNG and PDF, and with the business you can do high res export, so make it bigger. So those are the options if you pay for it. If you want to make them for free, then you can only make 5 in a month. Let's look at how to get some ideas for the infographic, and I really think this is the best way. I've tried different ways, and this is the way I go with. So if I'm trying to do video marketing, then I do a search on Google for video marketing, and then I click on the news. So I'm using Google News, and there's a big advantage with this. So today is the 31st of October 2017. I'm actually in Thailand, so this is Thailand date up there. But if I look at these, October the 13th, 18th, 20th, 19th, 27th, these are all within the last 2 weeks. So you're getting up-to-date information in here, up-to-date statistics or some up-to-date figures and things. And also, because these articles have only just come out, nobody or probably nobody has done an infographic on them. So you can be the first one in there to get an infographic. So that's why I advise, or I recommend, using Google News for it. And I look for ones like this, like 5 low-cost ways to do something, 15 essentials, 4 myths, or sometimes a how-to, here's 4 budget basics. So I look for those. It's easier to make an infographic if you can do 1, 2, 3, 4 steps or something, or have some statistics. Let's go ahead and make the infographic then. I'm going to use the data just straight from here, because I don't really, if I'm typing it in, you're going to sit around while I'm typing. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy the information that I used before. But one thing that I would like to do is, this design is a bit small. This text seems cramped in here a little bit. So I'm going to make this a bit bigger. So after I start, I'm just going to increase the size of this surround here. Let's go ahead then, and I'll start a new one. So I'll have to just sign in on there, and I'll click here plus. I do like these nice and bright, some of these. So click the plus sign here, and on the left you've got different categories. So you've got, under infographics, the arrow comes out and you can use informational type, statistical with some figures, a process, so step 1, step 2, step 3. Geographical has, some of these have maps. a timeline. So you got the year or the month that something happened. And another example is comparison, where here you're comparing 6 things, sometimes comparing 2 things, or a number of things. Those are the different types. I'm going to click up here on recommended, and I use this one here. So I'm going to click create, and it'll let me edit this. So as I said, what I want to do is make this a bit bigger, this outline black part. So I'm just going to, I've clicked on that, and I'm just going to drag this a little bit to the left and a bit to the right. Looks about in the middle. I think that's fine. So I'm then going to copy. So I think in this case, because these are just the same, I can delete all of this. And delete this one as well. Just click on each element. That's everything. And then I can just copy this around here. So Control C, Control V, and it gives me a copy of it. And I can drag it down and line it up with it. Now it's just told me there that on the left I've got a red line there, so it means that they're aligned on the left. And I think theirs looks fine. Control V again to make another copy. And again, just align that on the left. Now, as you can see here, it's actually going below the bottom of the paper. And what I can do then, if I go over to page, I can make this higher. So let's just, I'm going to make it 2000 height. And just click enter. So I've got a long way down here. I'm going to move this out the way. And just line these up. Maybe slightly less of a gap between them. Oops, wrong one. Let's undo that. Control Z undoes it. Or you can use these undo buttons and redo buttons up here. So I don't think it, maybe that tells me that there, no, it doesn't tell me that this gap is the same as that. So I've just got to use my judgment for that. That does come up with a red line there, but that's not it. So it doesn't tell me. Some of these software do and some don't, but it does tell me that I'm aligned on the left, and that looks the same. So I'm happy with that, and then I'll be adding some more stuff at the bottom. But let's go ahead and start adjusting this. So I'm just going to go over here to get the text. Control C and put it in there. I think I'd like that a little bit bigger. Let's just make that text a little bit bigger, 32, maybe 34. Let's move it up a little bit. And there's a red line there that just shows you you're in the middle, that it's centered. Maybe, oops, I want to select this. Sometimes hard to grab these. Okay, that's it. Just want to put that up a little bit. Let's put this line, and I want to change the color of that to white. I think, although this has got blue in it, I think that's okay. I'll leave that as blue because I'm going to keep this image, so I'll leave that as blue in the middle there. And I need to change this text, so I'm just going to get that from the one that I did before. Control C. So this is 3 low-cost ways to start video marketing, and the article was actually 5 low-cost ways. So this was just an article I selected from here. It was this one, and I clicked on it. So I'm going to use this, and I'm not going to pick 5 ways. I'm going to pick just 3 ways. So this one's screencast, presentations, do-it-yourself animation, and using live video. So I'm just picking the 3. So that's from the article. Let's go ahead and paste that 3 low-cost ways to start video marketing. So I'm just going to make that a bit bigger. Let's say 26 maybe. How about 28? Okay, let's put it on 2 lines there, but all I have to do is drag this to the left and the right. and it'll put it on one line. Let's move that down slightly just to balance it all. And let's get that red line in the middle to show it's centered. So I'm happy with that at the top. And let's go down to here. So the first heading is screencasts. So Control C to copy that, and double click and Control V. Now it's moved a little bit since last time because I made this outside bigger. So I've just got to move it up. I think that's okay. And I might well make that a little bit bigger text. 35 there, let's make it 38. So that looks good. And I really now need to copy that to these two. So let's do that and align them. Let's get that done first. So Control, make sure I'm selecting the box rather than the text. Control C, Control V. And let's put that in line. Well, it didn't come up with a, doesn't actually tell me it's in line there. It's not brought any. Ah, that's lining up the end of them, so that's okay. There was a red line just came up there, so that should be in line, which it is. And I'm going to do Control V again, and to paste another one. Make sure I select the box, and again that's in the center of that. I think I've got to. Last time I aligned the back of them. It's there somewhere. Okay, it seems to. It's hard because I don't know what it's aligning with. So I think that's lining the center, and then let's just move it down a bit to there. It showed me the center. So I think that's correct. I've got 3 things in there. I might have to, let's put these headers in, and I might have to make them smaller anyway. Let's just select that one and paste it there. I moved it anyway there, so I think I moved it slightly when I pasted it. Yeah, it's just moving around a bit when I try and line it up. So anyway, that's okay. Do-it-yourself animation, and the last one was live video. Okay, so that worked. It didn't have to move that. I just checked that that's still the same. Yeah, 38. That's the big one. Okay, so I've done the headers for those. Let's do the text next, I think. So let's put the first lot of text in there. Just copy that. All I've done there is put some information about screencasts, and I've said effective yet inexpensive. What I did, I took some of the information from here, but I also added my own, because here they recommend ScreenFlow and I use Camtasia, so I'm recommending Camtasia. And also for screencasts, I used to use OBS Studio, which was free, so I've just put an idea that they can use that one as well. So I've just put all that text in there. Now this text is a little bit small, so I would like to make it bigger. I don't think it'll fit in there at 18. I can make the box a little bit bigger, but it still doesn't fit. Let's try 17. And it fits in at 17. So I'm happy about that I've made that text bigger than the last time. In this last one, it was squashed in there quite a bit. So that's better. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to select that text, click the box on the outside, Control C, Control V to make a copy. And I have to keep undoing. Okay. What it's done, it's put that in the same box. It didn't make a new box. So I'm going to Control Z or Control Z again. It didn't actually copy the box. It just copied the text inside. So it's difficult. Sometimes it's hard to select the box rather than the text. Okay, this time I selected the box and I copied it. And in fact, I'm going to Control V again. No. Okay. Can't always do it. It's always difficult with text. You've got the box and you've got the text inside. And if you're selecting the wrong one, then you'll copy the text again inside the same box. So I'm just going to try Control V again, and it did work this time. So we can put that one down there. So that's got the text in there. Let's just change the text. So this second one, Control C, and let's just put that in there. The reason I copied it was so that I kept the font and the size of the box and everything. So that's okay. So it's the same font size, and also this box is the same size. Let's go and do the last one, and Control C, and go here. There's different ways of selecting this. Sometimes you could do like a double click will do a row, and sometimes 3 clicks would do a paragraph, but in this case it doesn't work. So I'm on that second one. Let's Control V that. Okay, it looks good. Let's put the text there. I need to move it up slightly just to balance it. That's all the text done. And I just go quickly through this text here. Do-it-yourself animation. I've just talked about using explainer video and the different software you can use. And again, I changed their one because I've got my own preferences about this. They've said use Animaker, whereas I like to use Explaindio. So there I changed it. And then this part here about live video, I don't know much about it, so I got the details from them. And down here, this is the source, entrepreneur.com. It's good to put that. So I'm just going to Control copy that, and I'll put it down below here as a source. And I'm going to move that up just under here. And then I'm going to have something about my own website underneath that. Let's do the images now then. So I want to use this image, but in a different way. We're talking about screencasts. So I want to show a computer screen with this on it, and then just a little picture of myself in the corner. So we'll go over to icons, and we can do a search for computer. And let's just pick a computer screen. This one's fine. Let's make it nice and big so it fits in there well. I don't want it touching the edges, so I'll make it slightly smaller than that. And we've got that center line is okay. I'll move it down a little bit. That's it. Got a little bit of a gap all around, so that's fine. In fact, it doesn't look balanced. Let's just move it up a little bit. And I want to put this inside. At the moment, this is underneath that. So what I can do is up here, you can move it up one space, or you can move it to the top. So that is to the top. And then I'll just make that smaller to fit it in there. So that's done. I'll just move that down slightly, I think. I might be able to use the key to move it down, yeah. All right, that's in the middle. And I just want to do a little picture of myself there. When I make screencasts like with this video, I have a picture of myself in the corner, the webcam. So I want to just do a search for face. Again, under icons, we're searching for face. And this one will do. Looks like me. Well, a bit younger. Let's put that in the corner. And if you can't move it, you can use the keys, the up and down keys and arrow keys. I think I should be able to zoom in. Let's try Control and move the mouse wheel, and I just zoom in. It makes it a bit easier for moving stuff. So that's done. I'm happy with that first picture. It's about screencasts, and you've got some text about it. So next one, do-it-yourself animation, and I think again I use a computer and just try and put some animation on a computer. So let's just pick a different one. Let's have a look. Maybe I'll type in laptop, just to have a different type of computer. And this one will do. Let's make it nice and big. Let's just get that center line, yeah. It's about the right size, I think. That fits in with that one. I'll just move it down a little bit. Looks good. And on this one, I want to put some people, I think, because it's about animation. So I'd like them kind of doing something. So this one looks good. Make it slightly bigger. And just lay that at the bottom. It needs to go up a little bit. I just use the mouse key, the keyboard to do that. Okay, that looks good. Do-it-yourself animation. I think that fits in. And the last one is live video. So I think again we'll do a computer. And let's find one that fits in with that. I think this one fits okay. It's kind of as though this is live video. You're looking at your screen. Slightly smaller. Do these icons look right? I think it's okay. Let's just make sure that's in the middle. And I just want another picture of me similar to this one. So I'm just going to say face again. And let's say, well, it doesn't have to be me. Let's just use a different one. Let's use this one. And put that in there. A little bit big. Just going to use the mouse keys again just to line it up. All right, I'm happy with that. So, got screencast, do-it-yourself animation, and live video. We've got some text that goes with it. Underneath that, we've just got the source. Let's I'll just control and zoom out and just see if it looks good. I think that looks right. I'm happy with that. And let's zoom back in again. And I just want to put something at the bottom. Let's see what I did last time. I just put here blog visuals and then boost your website and marketing with videos and images. So I'm going to copy that text. Whoops, Control Z just to undo it. It moved. Control C. And over here I can go up to text. And there are some different ways you can add text. You can put kind of an icon thing around it. You could do it like that. Or one of these, but they don't really fit what I'm doing now. So I'm just going to click on title and drag that across. And I'm going to Control V to put this inside. Might want to make it a bit bigger. What text was this? This was Paytone 1. Maybe I want to make it match that. Let's do that Paytone 1. And it's actually capitals, wasn't it? So blog visuals.com. Just make that wider so it fits. And that just matches then with the text up here. So it's good to do that. Make it a bit bigger. Make it a bit wider. Let's put it in the middle. Actually, that's aligned the whole thing, I think, rather than the text. So if I just put this text, if I use this one to align this in the middle, this text, and then I line the box in the middle, then that text will be in the middle. So I'm just aligning. I just used this center rather than originally it was aligned on the left. So I can get everything in the middle. And then I'll do a subtitle, and that subtitle can be this. Control C, add that text there. Let's bring this out. And again, I'm going to align it in the middle. And let's make sure that's in the middle. So I think about there will be okay. I think that looks fine. Let's have a look. I think it looks good. Probably needs another line under there. Let's try copying this one. So Control C, Control V to make a copy of it, just so it kind of fits in. Let's make that in the middle. Just makes it a kind of separate section there. I think it looks good on Infographics to have it separated. And then we can just bring these down a little bit. That looks good. I'm happy with that. I'll just zoom out so I can see it looks okay. Okay, we've got a problem here that this has gone over. Unless that's... okay. I'm not sure that it has or not. No, it hasn't. Okay, it's just because I zoomed in. If I use Control 0, that should set it back to the default size. And that fits in there okay. So it should be okay. This, I've got a bit of extra here, so I can go to this page and let's just reduce the size 1900 to try it. No, it's still too long, 1800. Doesn't seem to be adjusting it at the moment. I check it's not taking anything from the top, which it's not. It has got smaller, so let's try 1700. Yeah, okay, it does move it. A little bit too much still, 1650. And I think that's okay. That's balanced now. I like it. Not too bad. I just see how long that took. So that took 27 minutes. And that was it while I explained it to you as well. So I think this can be done well under, or it can be done in under 30 minutes, even getting the text from here, and still should be able to make one in under 30 minutes. That's good. And let's just, you don't need to save it because it saves as you go along. What you can do now, you can publish it. This is for free. If you've paid for the subscription on here, then you can download, and then you'll be able to download it as a PNG. But if you haven't, then you can publish it here. This publishes it on their website, and you give it a name. Let's give it this name, I think, here. Copy that. And let's publish it and give it that name. So then if people are looking at their website, they can actually download this. So let's publish that. And what you get now, you can, because it's published on their website, you can now embed this. So if you take this code, then you can copy that on your website, and you'll put this infographic in your website. And you've got things here, you can make a border around it and footer and things like that. So you've got a few choices, but that's an embed code. You can also share it here. If you click these, Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter or LinkedIn. So if I click on Twitter, it just connects it to my website, to my Twitter account. And I can then tweet it out or buffer it. That's a service I use, so I can then send out tweets at different times. So that's done. I can't actually download it because I haven't got an account. So I can either do one of those, share it, or publish it and embed it. So that's the infographic using Venngage. And if you found that tutorial useful, please give me a thumbs up here on YouTube. My website is all about making images and videos to use on your website to make it more interesting, and to use on your social media and marketing to boost your marketing. So if that interests you, please subscribe to my channel. And if you've got any comments or questions, please put them in the comments below, especially if you've been using infographics. If you've found a service that you think works well or is better than Venngage or better than Canva, then please let me know in the comments below. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.